Also, sorry, I just double checked and we will be casting Max Packs versus Nightmare. That'll be later. My apologies. If you want some more Max Packs, we got you covered. As we are getting into this and spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Lightshade, we have the Brazilian Zerg player representing the CranKy Ducklings. It is Erik. And spawning in the he's asking what map is map 2. In the top left hand corner of Lightshade, we have the Mexican Terran player representing Storm Gaming Royal Blood. It is SpeCial. Oh boy, vámonos, papi, vámonos. We have arrived. We are here. And SpeCial is going to be whipping out a very special build. So we saw this in WTL. We saw this a couple of days ago in World Team League, that SpeCial has been playing around with these low ground double racks openers, just like Bjorn. Bjorn has been popularizing this. Bjorn has been doing this every single TvZ. And it looks like SpeCial has been watching Bjorn and is looking to try and emulate him. So it's really cool to see. If you're not playing against Bjorn, I don't think you're playing against this kind of opener too often, so Erik may not be familiar with the correct response against a 2-racks like this. So for those wondering, this is to get into an abundance of Reapers. Initially, it's going to be only 3 Reapers, and then we're going to be transitioning. Or we can go all in. Like, SpeCial, he's got options. He can throw down a 3rd Rax in his main if he wants. Kind of like Honmono, what he did against Max Packs, where you throw down a 3rd Rax and you just go Mass Reaper. But more often than not, SpeCial should be going for a CC behind this, and he should be going for a transition. And this could either be a 2-on-1, or it could be a 4-Rax. A 2-on-1 being a 2-Rax, 1 factory, 1 starport, or a 4-Rax, which should be 4 axes. As SpeCial is just building up for that CC on the low ground. The first Reaper is going to be zooming across the map. Erik does scout the 2-Rax opener, so he's fully aware. And his reaction, I don't know if I like this. His reaction is going to be to go for a 2-base all-in. He's going to be going for a 2nd gas, and he throws down a Roach Warren. Okay, so the reason why I'm concerned is that Bjorn has been doing this build for the past maybe 2-3 months. He's been doing it almost all year, ever since Katowice. Ever since Katowice, Bjorn has been doing this build. And initially, when it first hit the field, Dark was trying to punish this. Dark was trying to go for Roach all-ins to destroy or to punish these add-ons and to kill Bjorn. But Bjorn, he's kind of like Spirit, where Bjorn was so well practiced at defending against Roach all-ins, specifically with this build, where after like a week, Dark stopped. After a week, Dark, he just stopped trying to Roach all-in Bjorn because it just wasn't working. We'll see if SpeCial can realize what's going on, because these Reapers haven't been able to scout too much. They're going to try and get past the mineral line, and they will get inside it. There we go. They do confirm that Roach Warren. Not just a Roach Warren, the Reapers are going ham, and they're actually getting some drone kills. 3 drones are going to be going down already. This is an insane amount of damage, and we're going to get a 4th. Oof. 4 drones in total. Now, how Bjorn would react is just like this. We start up Concussive Shell, we start Marauder production, and we start a bunker on the right-hand side. Outside here, you pull workers, and then prematurely, so you have workers to repair the bunker, and the bunker is hopefully filled up with Marauders immediately, and you defend. But SpeCial actually isn't making bunkers, period. Oh, he's going for a 4x. I see. He's not making bunkers because he's going for a 4x. Okay. I understand, Papi. I understand. So we'll see how this works out. Erik, again, 2-base all-in. Roach's Ravagers have arrived. Can he deny Concussive Shell? It's a couple of seconds away from finishing, and it looks like it will complete. Tech Lab will go down. The rest of the production is under threat, but again, SpeCial is going for his own kind of aggressive build as well. So not the biggest of deals that he's going to be losing his add-ons here. Oh, but SpeCial actually doesn't have stim. There we go. It looks like SpeCial has realized that I probably should have thrown down some bunkers. Oh, these bunkers are very late. Without stim, and again, without bunkers, like this army's going to have a really hard time engaging. Oh, And with that, we see the army just edging ever closer here. Erik looking to threaten said bunkers. The Biles will not connect, but we do end up getting one of those Marauders. We're trying to push on forward. We do target down the building SCVs. Ooh, oh my god, the Biles, once again, 2 Biles. 3 Biles connect with the army. The Link spot on forward. The bunkers are not going to finish, and SpeCial is going to get punished for his response. He's going to be losing everything here. GG gets called, and Erik takes game number 1. Oh, GG. SpeCial not taking that build seriously enough, even though he did see the Roach one. He didn't see the second gas geyser, to be fair, so he didn't know how committed it would be. But yeah, just skipping out on those bunkers. Over time, SpeCial realized the mistake that he had made and was not able to hold on to his natural in the end. GG. Erik takes a 1-0 lead in this series. GG, man. GG. And you heard it in the chat earlier. Game 2 is going to be taking place on Royal Blood. Here we go. Spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Royal Blood, we have El Patito himself. We have the Brazilian Zerg player representing the CranKy Ducklings. It is Erik. Going for the 15 hatch. And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Royal Blood, we have his opponent. We have the Mexican Terran player representing Storm Gaming. It is SpeCial. He's doing it again. So SpeCial is going to go for the 2 racks opener for a second time. Now, there's going to be a bit of a difference here, obviously. Because SpeCial has spawned on the right-hand side of the map, it means that his add-ons are going to be protected. His add-ons will be on the correct side of the wall, and they'll be a little bit more well fortified as a result. Meanwhile, I also don't want to call this being a 2 racks opener too quickly, but you know, there we go. It is going to be that 2 racks. Last game, SpeCial did try to go into a 4 racks follow-up. I'm curious if he's going to try that again because he believes in his ability to pull it off, or if he's going to go for a 2-1-1 instead. We'll see. We'll keep an eye on what SpeCial does get up to. Meanwhile, across the map, Erik did go for a 15 hatch into a 15 pull, just so we can get some faster creep spread here at his natural base, have a little bit more defensive capabilities. Hatch pull gas even. And we'll see how SpeCial does play this out. It looks like throws down his second depot here next to his CC, but if you look at the rally, he should be throwing down that CC next as well, so it shouldn't be a 3 racks. And I'm curious as to how Erik is going to react to this and how he's going to respond. We saw him go for an all-in last game, but game 1 was on Lightshade. Lightshade, for those who don't know, the rush distance by ground is actually really short. It's actually insanely short. Unlike Royal Blood, which is a little bit longer. So going for like a Roach push across map is going to be harder, but he's going to do it again. There we go. Second gas is being taken. Roach Warren is on the way. Erik has recognized what this build is. But I imagine SpeCial is going to have a cleaner response this time when it comes to defending against it. As SpeCial dips in, he sees 1 gas geyser, he sees the second gas geyser, which means he knows it is roaches. He has all the information he needs. Once again, SpeCial is going for the 4 racks follow-up. Reaper dips in across the map, looking for some damage, hunting for some drones, but is going to be zoned away. And SpeCial should be starting a bunker this time. Of course, right now it's too early, but he should be throwing one down at a moment's notice. Meanwhile, the 3 Reapers are dipping into the main base, and oh boy, they're going to be targeting down quite a number of these drones already. Up! Do we get a pulse around? Oh, not quite. 4 drones will fall and 2 Reapers will escape. This is a better trade than game 1. If you remember, in game 1 SpeCial, he lost his Reapers for 4 workers. This time he keeps them alive. Meanwhile, yes, this is the Beyond response. So you do go for a Marauder production, you go for the concussive shell, and you get the bunker outside the wall in front of these Raxes. and you pull some workers prematurely to repair as well. So this is going to be a much cleaner response out of SpeCial, and he should be fine, to be honest, as long as he's able to control well enough and keep his SCVs alive and keep the repairs going. Meanwhile, we do have Erik just setting up for his Ravagers across the map. He's going to be trying to lay siege upon this position. We'll see how much ground he can really gain here. He's going to be able to get a volley off. We have Lings coming in to reinforce. Erik is pretty committed. Erik has not droned at all, so he's going himself all in. We see Erik actually trying to focus down at those Marauders. Biles will connect with one of the SCVs. Oh, but he loses a Ravager and a Roach. Yeah, and this is getting out of hand. We have SpeCial just pushing on forward and shutting down every single one of these Roaches and Ravagers. SpeCial shuts this down completely. And Erik doesn't really have a follow-up here. It was one and done. He's only got Lings remaining. He's going to try and drone from this position, but Erik is miles behind. Aye. But this is also why Dark stopped going for Roach all-ins against this. Dark also learned the hard way. Aye. As Erik is going to attempt to go for some Ling harassment here and pick off whatever he can. Maybe an SCV here or there. Which he will be able to find. And Erik does drone and saturate his 2 bases, but it looks like he's going to go back into Roach production. It looks like he's setting up for a follow-up all-in. Meanwhile, SpeCial is moving out across the map. His 4-ax is about to kick in. Stim is on the horizon alongside combat shields. And after SpeCial has done so much damage, honestly, I don't really see how Erik can stop this army. Erik trying to muster up a force here. Lings are going to be coming in from behind, so Erik can go for a surround. SpeCial, he checks for a 3rd base, sees that there is none, and backs up. I love it. Yeah, there's no reason for SpeCial to commit. I mean, that's what Erik wants. The best chance Erik has is to fight SpeCial's army. SpeCial goes for the scan, confirms the lack of gases, lack of saturation. And if SpeCial wanted to, we can just throw down the 3rd CC. Is going to be reinforcing and going to his factory and starport production. Oh my god. Going into his 5th racks as well. And yeah, without splash damage, I mean, if we get really good Ravager piles, maybe we can defend. Maybe Erik can pull off some kind of miraculous hold. But for the most part, yeah, the hatchery is under threat. So the Lings trying to get us around, but there are just so many Marines. Biles will force the army forward, but SpeCial, he wants to move forward. The boys are being pulled, and there's just too much DPS. There's too much man with gun. GG gets called. And SpeCial will tie up the series 1-1. Oh, GG. Oh. And now we're going to the ace match. We're going all the way to game number 3. Now the question is, in game 3, does SpeCial go for a 2-rax again? The answer is probably yes. Probably yes. I hope that after game 2, Erik realizes that Roach all-ins against these 2-rax openers are not ideal, and that SpeCial clearly knows how to defend. So we'll see. We'll see how the dynamic will change, if it changes at all. We'll see. Fingers crossed, Papi. Fingers crossed. As game 3 is going to be taking place on Gressvan. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Gressvan, we have the Brazilian Zerg player. He is one of our own. He is representing the CranKy Ducklings. What does he stand for? He stands for endurance, righteousness, intellect, and kangaroo. It is Erik. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the Mexican Terran representing Storm Gaming. Oh, tying up the series 1-1 in that last game. Once again, going for the 2x opener. It is SpeCial. So, I know we've been talking about what not to do against these 2x openers. Now we can talk a little bit about what we should do. And typically, what the Korean Zerg players have found out about this, and it's typically the Korean Zergs because they're the ones playing against Beyond the most. I'm talking about Solar, Ragnarok, and Dark. That is to delay your third hatchery, and you open up hatch gas pool like normal. Here we're going 15 hatch, 15 pool for Erik because that's his opener. But we go for a standard opener. We delay the third hatchery. We get a third and fourth queen faster, so we can have a secure 2-base economy for the most part. We delay the third, and with 4 queens we can deflect these Reapers, and the Reapers actually shouldn't really do too much damage at all. We've seen Erik really struggle to defend recently. He's been losing a lot of drones to these initial Reapers just because of his roach reaction. We'll see if he goes for that reaction again or if he goes for a different response instead. Also, when it comes to the 4x follow-up, if it's scattered, and ideally it is scattered by the Zerg player, you want to be cutting drones between 40 and 45 and making nothing but lings and queens. You can even squeeze out a couple of banelings as well. That does mean that you have to delay your lair, but you do get your baneling nest out. Again, if you confirm the 4x, it's worth it, and you should be able to defend, and the game will go on from there. But this is not a 4x. This is not even a 2x opener. My apologies. This is a 1-1 instead. We have a factory here on the low ground, so SpeCial is mixing up his build in the ace match. And suddenly, if Erik did go for a roach one, I wouldn't be opposed to it. he can do it again. Why not, Papi? Why not? There's not going to be any marauders. Okay. Here we go. The Reaper does dip into the main base. Doesn't quite get a drone kill yet. Is going to be fended off. Meanwhile, because it was a hatch pool opener, the lings are across the map as well. We do catch wind of the build. And, oh my god. We are getting into a 1-1-1 opener here from SpeCial. The Reapers are going to be able to clean all of this up. But Erik is going for his roach response. So, I was talking a lot about, reactions and responses to 2-axes, but here in Game 3, it's going to be a 1-1-1 instead. I think that roaches are good in this position. I do think that, sure, we're going to get into, I imagine, Banshee or even a BC behind this, but I'm pretty sure the roaches are going to hit first. Before that can happen, we don't really have too much to defend here. The first queen is going to be going down. And now the Reapers can head towards that mineral line. One drone will fall. The second gas was scattered. SpeCial should be aware of the roaches, and upon seeing the lack of lings, he knows. He is fully aware, and he's ignoring the roaches. He's going straight for the drone kills instead. 5 drones going down. Back at home, it is going to be that Banshee opener, and the Banshee will clean all of this up. Before that occurs, though, can Erik deal critical damage? Can he bust into the natural? Can he get into the mineral line before this Banshee does too much? Meanwhile, I love this from SpeCial. He bypasses the roaches. He gets into the mineral line once again, disrupting the economy of Erik. Erik is going all in. He's flooding lings across the map. We do see, SpeCial scans for the Overlord, but the Overlord's not there. Oh, the Overlord is over at the other pillar instead. Oh. And there we go. We do see the first Banshee is about to pop out. And that is putting Erik on a timer. At the same time, the Reapers do get across the map, and they take down another queen. Oh, meanwhile, the Banshee does take a bile to the face, so SpeCial has to be very careful with that. He's going to be trying to focus down as many Ravagers as possible. Biles once again do connect on the Banshee. Uh-oh. Okay, well, we're good. We're good, Papi. Oh, God, we are good as the Banshee does survive, and the Banshee's going to be able to force this back. SpeCial is heavily supply blocked, to be fair. And Erik is going to try and bust on in. He does take down the first Banshee, but there's barely anything left. Biles will connect, but the Cyclones will clean everything up. Erik doesn't really have an economy behind this. He's got Lings and more Roaches. Honestly, if he hadn't been losing drones here, I do think that he would have been able to reinforce stronger and maybe even overwhelm the natural base. Oh, but alas, it is not meant to be. Banshee does provide high ground vision. Lings, they do go first round, but oh my god, the reduced service area behind this gas guys is too good. The Cyclones will go down, but it's going to be a costly trade here for Erik. As Erik is trying to drone up as best he can. Meanwhile, what does SpeCial have to work with? He's going to be going into his second and third racks. Into an eBay. And that second Banshee is rushing across the map. We have Spores and Queens, thankfully, so it's not going to do too much damage. But Erik is stuck on 2 bases. And it looks like he's going into meters. So Erik is going for the Spire. With this, he should eventually be taking another Gas Geyser. We'll see if he does go for a Spire or if he goes for maybe even Nidus, or if he commits to Roaches. But like the typical reaction here should be to go into more gases. We'll see though. As Banshee dips into the main base, the lair timing has been spotted. We're going for Jumper Lords. Oh, let's go, Papi. Let's go. All right, of course. It is Erik, and he actually doesn't like 2 ace meter. We interviewed him a couple of weeks ago, and he is going to be going for Overlord speed. So we are going to be seeing Dropper Lords coming out from Erik. Oh, let's go, Papi. Let's go. Now, unfortunately, there are no Overlords across the map in position for a drop, but you know, may as well just go from home. First Dropper Lord is being morphed in. It's going to be Erik's way to try to come back in this game. I mean, what else do we have to work with here? We're setting up with 2 more Raxes. We're setting up a 3rd CC. SpeCial has a pretty terrifying army. And I guess we're going to push out with Roaches and the Queens are going to come in the Overlords. I guess that's the plan. Yeah, we're just going to be taxiing across the map. Okay. Is this gonna work? I have some doubts, but thankfully for Erik, SpeCial is actually moving out. He has to be very careful though. These Overlords have to be careful. They can't be focused down. Oh, no, no, the Overlord. Okay, we do drop the Queens just barely in time. Oh, but 1 Queen will go down. As Erik is going to be rushing across the map. We do have 2 tanks in position. We've got 2 Banshees as well. With the death of one of those Queens, that does mean that we're not going to have that much anti-air remaining. Yeah, these 2 Banshees are going to be a little bit too much. Even 2 Queens can't go. They can't contest against these 2 Banshees. You see SpeCial zoning Erik away. Oh, the micro, the drop, the hot pickups, Papi. Okay, I misspoke. Apparently, Queens can fight 2 Banshees as long as you have a drop load, so you can pick them up. Oh my god. Let's go. Meanwhile, back at home, we've already got 3 tanks as well. Sorry, I misspoke. We have 4 tanks defensively here for SpeCial. Heavily fortified position. He's got bunkers as well. Banshees cutting off reinforcements. And Erik is looking for a way in. SpeCial with that scan, he confirms that his opponent's all in, that there is no droning happening behind this. So he knows that he just has to keep building army. And we're going to try and push on forward, but into 4 tanks, this is not going to work out. Even without the tanks, the Marines are going to stim on forward. We have so many of them, and SpeCial is going to be able to swallow up this army. GG gets called, and SpeCial will take the series 2-1. GG. Oh, but a shout out to Erik. Shout out to Erik for, you know, forcing it to go all the way to the ace match as well against SpeCial. It does feel as if Erik was trying to punish SpeCial for his openers, clearly, as we saw, going for the roaches. I think that was what was triggering him to go for that. But especially against the 2 racks, we saw that that's not really the best response. And even here, in game number 3, it was a lot closer, to be fair. I do think that the game would have been different if those Reapers weren't doing as much damage. I think they killed like 6 drones in total. They killed 2 queens as well, which does hinder the overall larva production, or the injects as well, the macro of Erik. So I do think the backstabs from SpeCial were really helping him out and really saving him, because Erik was like on the cusp of breaking that natural base. He even managed to bile down the Banshee, which is crazy. It's pretty insane. Yeah, GG, well played. SpeCial will advance on, and his next opponent, who does he move on to face? SpeCial moves on to face Skillus in the next round. Oh, nice. I don't believe we're not going to be casting that series, so SpeCial versus Skillus will be happening on a later date, I imagine over on Dave Tesla's channel. But we have our next series already before us. We casted MaxPax earlier. MaxPax did insanely well against Hon Mono in that PVT, but how will he do here in his next series, in his PvP? We're going to be following MaxPax into the next round. He's going to be facing off against Nightmare. Oh boy. Here we go.